guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is Monday, which means it's time for Marketing for Magicians. And I am here with the UK's #1 motivational business speaker, the legend, Mr. Brad Burton. Hey, Brad, how you doing?
Craigie, baby. I'd like to say that I taught you everything that I know, but I don't. You are exceptional yourself. You are the UK's #1 motivational magician. See, this is the thing. You've got so many skills, Craig. So many skills, and I'm fucking delighted what you're doing right now with this YouTube channel. Like, genuinely, I think it's exceptional. It's just exactly right now what the industry needs. And I think the way, I'm going to say it, you're not the magic circle. And actually right now, we don't need fucking top hats and tails and bow ties. You know what I mean? Right now, we need to get a little bit grittier. And I love what you're doing. So well done.
Oh, thanks, man. And I wanted you to be on this channel as soon as possible, because I think that the magic community all over the world, and we have viewers on this channel from all over the world, I think they need to hear your message, because you know as well as me, the entertainment industry, it's in turmoil. People don't know what's going to happen. They don't know where to go. We feel like we're the forgotten industry.
Craig, listen, There's no fucking cavalry coming. But the only cavalry that there is what we create, right? I think the days of looking towards Sky Daddies or looking towards the government to get us out of this shit ain't happening. And I kind of realized that early on. So my business, for those people that don't know, I once run, and I say once, I've been running this business now for 14 and a half years, for networking. We once run 400-500 events every single month, business networking events, membership organization. That's where I met you about 10 years ago. And then obviously lockdown happens, boom, real life face-to-face meetings. That's it, finished. My business has like gone, like £100,000 a month plus gone, right, overnight. And I'm like, okay, shit, what do we do now? Boom, 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 boom. And I made the decision to set my network online for an online.biz, moved on it like fast within 72 hours. We took my 14-year-old business, we took it online. There's no cavalry. And the sooner you can get that through your fucking head, the better. The government, I think, I kind of got it at first. I kind of got it, if I'm honest, at first. And I was, I thought, okay, fair enough. They've got their own problems. And let's be quite clear, these politicians are also humans, right? So for all the stuff that we've got going on with our families and stress and what have you, they've got the same. So I was compassionate to that. What happened this week, get to fuck, right? Like honestly, you could not get it's almost like a catapult. You know what? I'm good with it. Snap. That's what happened this week. And then look at what happened with your post. I mean, blew up beautifully.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of there myself. It's like, get to fuck. Don't you fucking dare. Now, unfortunately, I've got several businesses that have allowed me to be here. My turnover is down about 85% since January. But what's happened is I've lowered my costs. So what I'd say to you guys is this: adapt. Start taking stuff online, and there's definitely an opportunity there, because I certainly know some online magicians that have taken their stuff online, have got themselves a little studio, set it up, and they still do corporate gigs. Not like they once did, but they're getting enough to survive.
Well,
because that's what we're in survival mode. Forget about all these elaborate tricks that you want to go on fucking stage. Those days right now, that's on fucking hold. So if you sell stage magic and your big sets, that's on hold, soz, right? But right now, if you're just a one-man magician, what you need to do is ask yourself this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being financially where you want to be, 1 not, whereabouts are you? And you'll kind of answer that question. The other question I want you to ask yourself is this: how long, if you didn't earn another penny today, would it be before you're in shit streak, big time shit streak, as in like burning your furniture to stay warm? And then ask yourself this question: how much do you need to earn to live on Tesco's beans and waffles? Let's say, for the sake of this conversation, £1,000. So then do the math on it. Okay, so it's £250 a week. It's roughly 40 quid a day you've got to earn. How do you earn 40 quid? Now, right, and Craig knows this, I started my business back in 2006, this one that I'm most well known for, but I actually walked out in 2004 of a job. I ended up delivering pizzas at 31. I felt like a piece of shit, right? I'm a grown man delivering pizzas. So I had my pandemic where I did all this before there was a pandemic. And I tell you what I should have been doing. I should have been patting myself on the back. So right now, if you're a magician and you're waiting tables, you're a delivery driver, you're a DHL, whatever fucking stuff that you're doing right now to keep your head above water, pat yourself on the back. Like, I'm serious. Don't beat yourself up, because we're going to get through this. At some point, this is all going to be over. And what I need you to do right now is just keep your head above water. Keep this together, right? And still practice your magic. Don't go on fucking, ballerina retraining. Fuck off. You are not retraining. right? You might be a delivery driver, you might go and deliver pizzas or whatever, but you're not fucking retraining. You've worked too fucking hard. Like Craig, you sat on your ass for 10 years, didn't you? You know what I mean? Fucking doing magic before there was a pandemic.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I know that you're a big believer in what does this make possible. No, that's what you said to me, because I pivoted my business right at the very beginning. As soon as lockdown hit, on your advice, you turned around to me,
Really?
I called you up, and you turned around to me and you said, "What does this make possible?" And I was one of the first people to do the virtual thing, and that was the best piece of advice you've ever given. What does this make possible?
Okay, see that, and that's what I say. Get a blank piece of paper and write on the top, what does this make possible? Look, everything happens for a reason, right? Everything happens for a reason, even the shitty stuff. So I'm going to give you something that you won't know about me, right? You've only just met me through Craig, but I'm going to share something with you. I'm 47 now. When I was 21, 22, I got shot at in Manchester, right? Now, the lad that stands before you, Brad Burton, who's written books and did the motivational speaker and run for whatever, right? I'm a different guy to the one that I was in Manchester. And I remember moving away from Manchester to Somerset. Imagine if you got 2 bullets put through your window and somebody said, "Craig, you've got to go and move somewhere where nobody knows you." Where would you move, Craig?
Oh, probably somewhere like Exeter. Like nobody
right?
knows.
And that's what I had to do. And I moved away. This was 20 odd years ago. Now, what happened? And I remember when I moved from Manchester to Somerset, I remember walking down Weston-super-Mare High Street, and I was unemployed at the time. And I kicked a can. I had no one to kick that can back. I was alone. I felt sorry. I felt isolated. And I went through a series of about 4 years of depression. I was on fluoxetine, Prozac, blah, 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 whatever. And I look back now, 20 odd years on, I think, what was going on there, right? I'll tell you what was going on there. I wanted to go back to a place, a life, a world that no longer existed. I wanted to go back to Manchester before all this and my friends and this, that, and the other. And I couldn't. And this is what causes that frustration, because you go through like the grieving process. And right now we're going through the grieving process. Grieving process is like this. First things first, denial. Oh, remember when this all happened? It'll only be about 4 weeks. We'll probably be back in about May, right? Denial. Then after denial, what comes? Anger. Fucking come on, Rishi. Sort it fucking out. Come on, Boris. You need to sort it out. Fuck China, whatever, right? So you've got denial, you've got anger, then you get depressed. And then after depression, what happens is you get acceptance. Magicians, please, right? Accept where you are right now. Accept where you are. The sooner you can get through that fucking cycle, denial, anger, depression, to acceptance that this is where we are for the foreseeable future. The sooner you can get to that, the sooner you can start working out what the fucking plan is. Because while you're still stuck here, you're almost like having a sail up and anchor down, and just going round and round and round, being fucked off and pissed off with a set of circumstances. Right? Unless we're all going to go and get AK-47s and pipe bombs and go and do 10 Downing Street, the reality is there's no point in wasting fucking energy being here. Get to acceptance, look at your set of circumstances, and go back to what I said before. How much do you need to earn to live on Tesco's beans and waffles? Right? Oh, yeah, but I can earn £1,000 doing fucking gigs, doing, table magic. Yeah, you could earn £1,000 back in the day when companies was fucking paying that kind of money. They ain't at the moment. So therefore, if you've got to go and get £7 an hour to be a delivery driver, fucking do it. Right now, this is about survival mode. But what ends up happening is people what keep up appearances. Oh, fuck off. No, just go undercover. Go and do stuff that people won't see. I'm not suggesting for a second you start doing fucking £10 table magic online. What I'm suggesting is you do stuff like waiting tables or pizza delivery local that no one knows about, so you can keep your show bit right. And Craig, you taught me something which is wonderful. This whole thing about showbiz. 2 things: show and the biz. You was fucking brilliant back in the day. You show shit with biz. Right now, you've got the show bottomed off, and also you've got the biz bottomed off. So I learned that from you.
Oh man, that means a lot. The other thing that you told me recently, which had a massive impact on me, and I haven't shared this with anyone, but of course, you're the person I went to about this. A couple of months ago, I was almost burnt out, if you remember. I mean, externally, everything looked like it was great. Non-Stop Kids was flying, Slightly Unusual was flying, but I rang you up and I'm like, man, I can't do this anymore. I'm fucked. This is it. I'm done. And I think there's a lot of magicians out there that are maybe in the same position as me. And I remember you turning around to me and saying it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that was such great.
So think about a boxer, right? Think about a boxer, Mike Tyson, boom, boom. He'd go out there and he would intimidate. And what would happen is he'd get people out of there within 1 or 2 rounds. You take Mike Tyson to round 3 or 4, you're now in luck. So all you got to do is bounce around him. That's what I am. I'm that guy, right? I'm the Mike Tyson of my industry, right? I went out there and I bang, and, blah, 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 and I was that guy, and I built a trade up on being that flash bang wallet. You know, you imagine like a magician in your field, there'll be a magician that can do 1 or 2 tricks, exceptional, nobody can touch them. Coin tricks, by the way, that you do, Craig. Well, mate, I've seen you do that numerous times, and I'm still none the fucking wiser. But you know, the reality is that you major on a style, you major on a speciality. Well, guess what? That speciality isn't going to work right now. So what you need to do is, this is not going to be won on strength like it once did, Brad. This is going to be won on stamina, not strength, stamina. And I would say the same, but I get it. Look, let me be fucking quite clear here, because I was the guy, right? Who'd gone, yeah, the government, they've got lots of 6 months on. Guess what? Fucking, you are on your own. You're on your fucking own. The only way that we're going to do this is by us all getting behind what Craig's doing here, and actually be him become, because I tell you what, he'd give them a right fucking needle. And someone stupid enough like me, I'd actually support you on it. In fact, why don't we do that? Why don't we fucking get the magician movement to go, right, fucking time for some magic, or whatever it is, time for some magic, hashtag. And actually, we tear the ass out of it and we create fucking mayhem. So these guys, these politicians cannot ignore us. The SIP code that the entertainment industry uses basically being thrown in the fucking bin, and it's not fucking on. And I think that actually, you know, Craig shouting ain't gonna do fuck all. Me shouting ain't gonna do fuck all. Me, Craig, and you shouting, all of a sudden we can create and make it embarrassing for them, and embarrass them into doing something, because you know there's no point in closed mouths don't get fucking fed. At some point, you know, individually, we, and this is where you, I say we, no, I'm not a magician, I wish I fucking was, but you know, is that I've made me bounce back low and fucking disappear, I promise you. But the reality is that we need to stick together. And I tell you, I'm a bit of a Walking the Dead fan, or whatever it's fucking called. I love that program. This is where we're at. This is the compound now that we're in. And actually, we've all got to start getting together and start fucking digging, you know, digging fucking vegetables and actually getting the industry together. But what ends up happening in The Walking Dead always, it's not the zombies that fucking thing. It's some fucker who's got a beef with somebody, or somebody thinks, fuck Craig Petty, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fucking open the zombies and get them out there. And we people start backbiting, because, but the way that we're going to get through this is together. But the problem is everyone's been working individually. So the only way that we're going to get a voice is all shouting at the same time, not individually.
Well, I couldn't agree more. That's amazing advice. It really is. Brad, can I
just say, Craig, that what I just said then, it's just the fucking pennies dropped. The way we can get heard is by shouting at the same time. What about, and you know, you're in a position here that we arrange something where we all shout at the same time, and actually get the Magicians fucking Guild or whatever you guys are, get you all to go, right, 11/11 on this fucking date, fuck off, boom, right? Maybe October the 31st, and we give them a fucking Halloween that they're going to fucking remember, a scary fright. Do you know what I mean? And actually,
I think we make it happen. Yeah,
mate, with your shares that's going on, plus your squad, and give them a fucking nightmare. Give them the fucking nightmare, because it's the only way. And when you've got people like me, who I'm not a magician, but I'm a business owner, saying, actually, these guys, and I can leverage my network as well, mate. That's the way we're going to get them to set up. Not sending a fucking letter to your MP. Anyway, sorry, go on.
No, mate. I think we should make that happen. I think absolutely 100% something needs to be done, because like I said to you off camera before we began, it feels, and this is the issue that so many magicians have got around the whole of the UK, it feels like we've been completely forgotten. It's like, you know...
Craig, it's almost like someone's having a fucking laugh. I'm waiting for Jeremy Beadle to get exhumed and come out with a fucking camera. Like, you've been framed as something. It doesn't make any sense. The only way that I can think of it, right? I mean, I recognise that no, you nor anyone else who's watching this right now has ever done a cash job, ever, right? I get that. But some people in the entertainment industry, cash may well be. So I don't know how they're gonna. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know. But you can't just. It's weird. It's like fucking. I just don't get it. And this is the bit, a straight conversation. And this is the kind of, you know, say, Rishi, I actually value what you've done, and I genuinely respect what you've done. However, without a politician's answer, can you tell me specifically why SIP code 926 or whatever it is, or 976, that's Babe Station, isn't it, after 9 o'clock? But not that I'd know, but it is actually 926. I remember from the good old days. Anyway, I'm digressing. You can edit out. But that's a straight question. Rishi, tell me, mate, why that SIP code has fell through the cracks. Don't know, but no politician's answer. That'd be lovely, thanks.
Exactly. Well, it's like the announcement that they made yesterday. you know, I don't know if you listened to the whole announcement, but the first question from the public was somebody
that woman, I know,
and she was asking what support is there going to be for the
well,
event.
we put 1.75 billion into the arts, and I can give 2 fucks what you put into the arts and fucking museums, because I tell you what, fucking Tiny the T-Rex, he's getting the fucking money at the fucking Great British fucking Museum, not me. And the problem you've got is at some point, you know, I know I'm from Manchester, do have a shade dead soul and what have you, and tattoos, but I'm not a drug dealer anymore. The reality is, right, at some fucking point, you are going to force people to do shit that they don't want to fucking do. That's the reality of it, right? You know, magicians, sleight of hand, you know, and actually fucking confidence tricks. Listen, if my fucking families need feeding, right, and I'm getting no fucking, I can't do any gigs, and I've got sleight of hand, guess what? I'm going to be using that fucking skill somewhere. And this is the problem you've got. And it sounds like, oh, yeah. Trust me. In fact, that's almost a fictional book right there, ready to fucking write. Yeah. You know, because, Craig, mate, I've seen you take fucking watches off people and give them back. But can you imagine a world where you didn't fucking get them back if your children needed feeding? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's absolutely true. And I think the big problem is everyone in the industry feels insulted because the only solution that they're being offered is, well, maybe your job's not viable, go and retrain. Well, you know,
Craig, the idea, let me tell you something. I would fucking pay your wage to see you without a fucking pink tutu on. You know, it makes no fucking sense. The only thing that you could train as is a fucking bank robber. You know what I mean? I get the principle. I genuinely get the principle that actually we need to adapt. And this is the thing. And I think that, you know, I would love to get into politics because I reckon I could tear the arsehole out of fucking the whole business world. I really do. You know, as someone who's been work shy and sat on my ass for 4 years on benefits, smoking bongs and weed in the good old days, I kind of get what's going on here. But you guys are not lazy. You are the hardest working magician I've ever known in my fucking life, right? And this is the thing, is that you're not being allowed to work. I think the message would have been better. It's time to adapt. Because I think you can. I mean, I was talking about a magician that I know and I've worked with who's actually got himself a studio, which is fucking wonderful. He's set it up and he's actually doing gigs. He's not making as much money as he once did, but he's making enough to survive and to get by. That's what I'd say. You need to make enough money to get by and survive right now.
Yeah. And I think it is about being visible, surviving, and having that blind faith that at some points things are going to go back to normal. It's like you're doing online stuff with 4 Networking right now, because that's the most logical thing to do. But to turn around to you and say you're never going to go face to face again, well, that's ridiculous. I know you. The very second that you think it's viable and safe to go and start doing face to face networking again.
Well, I'll tell you something. It's not only that. I do seminars, and I'm willing right now to start to book a venue, right? I'm that, right? Like we had the conversation yesterday, right? To book a venue 3 months out. And what I mean by that is to book a venue, let's say Aston Villa Football Club, January the 1st. Oh no, the virus is still here. April the 1st. Oh no, the virus is still here. Fucking May or whatever it is. January, March, April, May, June, July the 1st, and so forth. Like a rolling thing. I'm ready to go with a real life event now. And I think that if I'm ready to go, other people are ready to go. So what's going to happen is this. You can retrain as a fucking plumber or an electrician, right? As a magician. Having spent all that fucking time and that energy, retrain as a plumber. And then what's going to happen is come fucking March or April or May, it's all going to go back to some sort of fucking semblance. And you then got to then unpick yourself from being a plumber. Fuck that. You know, I mean, look, if we're still here in fucking 3 years' time, then it's a different fucking ball game. Unless maybe that's what they're preparing for. Who knows? I mean, I got a nod the other day of someone. Who is, who's connected to government. Okay, I got a nod of someone. They are preparing in the back end for 2020. What are we in 2023? 2023. They're preparing before it gets back to normal. Now, I don't know, right? I can't confirm that, but it's a whisper that I've got. I'm connected. I run a national network, thousands of people. So people are brother-in-laws work for and stuff. So I've got that. I have no fucking idea. Now, if it's 2023, what I would say is this. So everyone who's tuned into this, fucking work out what you've got to do for the next 12 months, right? Work out what you've got to do for the next 12 months to get by, okay? And there's no point in sat there fucking crying that that you no longer, you booked for 4 or 5 gigs. I was booked January, February. I got 5 speaking gigs, right? So I had 5 speaking gigs, run my own business, had 5 speaking gigs, and that was it. Fucking wallet, nothing. I'm now, as of October, I've got 3 gigs that have come through in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks or whatever, that I'm doing online. Or this halfway house thing, I'm doing like a stage. They've got cameras and going to be zooming it into people. So it's coming back. So I've had nothing for 6 or 7 months, and now it's kind of coming back. So I just think, you've got to, when this is all over, and it will be over at some point, there's going to be a load of orphans. And what I mean by that is there's going to be a load of businesses that are looking for magicians. If they ring you up, you're a magician, and your website's gone because you've not fucking spent the 13 quid to hosting costs, or you're now training as a fucking plumber. I'm a plumber now. All right, mate, no problem. Click. What they're going to do is ring the next fucking one. And that person's going to get the booking at the number. So the ones, us, that are stupid enough to still be fucking here when this comes back round and to have been doing your fucking magic and practicing your fucking magic. Look, this is a once in a fucking, forget generation, once in a century fucking situation, right? Once in a century. So if you're wasting this fucking time, see this, right? Speaking to camera, I'd never done fucking Zoom before February, March, whenever it was. I'd never done Zoom. I was like fucking Stevie Wonder. I couldn't look at a camera, I'd be like this. I'm scared to look in case it stole me fucking dinger, stole my soul. So I've reskilled myself. I've invested my bounce back loan on this fucking daft camera, 4K camera and stuff like that, because this is how it's got to be. This is what you've got to get into. But so many people are withering on the vine, waiting for somebody to fucking come and save their business, come and fucking give them some fucking money. Ding dong. Oh, the door's gone. One sec, Craig. Oh, look, there's a big bag of £50 notes, an opportunity. Ain't going to fucking happen. So you got to fucking make it happen. You have to make it happen. I can't do your press-ups for you. I can fucking fire you up and get you motivated. But ultimately, you've got to do it. Find a fucking way. And if you can't do it for yourself, do it for your family. Do it for someone you love. Because that's what kept me motivated. When I started my business off, 25 grand in fucking debt, no income. 25 grand in debt, no income. I walked out of a job, walked home, walked in the house. Fucking wife started crying, realising what I'd done. Oh, I wait to go and get a proper job. At least you know where you stand. You know exactly where you stand when you fucking got a proper job. No, you fucking don't. Tell it to the 6,500 people from fucking Boots that have just been laid off. The 3,000 people from HSBC. You know exactly where you stand when you're a magician. Self-employed magician. Fucking skint. Get used to it. But the only way that you get from being skint as a magician to making fucking money is by being skint as a magician. And most people give up here. It's like swimming the channel. It's like going from fucking England to France. You get halfway across and go, oh, it's too fucking painful. I'm going back to shore. I'm going to get a job. Get to fuck. Craig, I've seen you speak, motivational magician. I mean, I don't know if these guys know your fucking story, but let me be fucking quite clear. That joke you said about the pizza is a fucking belter. But just share the story because, you've been here.
Yeah, well, what the joke? What's the difference between a magician and a pizza? A pizza can feed a family of 4.
And it is one of the greatest fucking jokes I've heard ever. It just ticks every box. But you was a fucking magician that was making no fucking money until the point you made money. So that transition was you made a big fucking jump. You went, fuck it, I'm going to go and buy in some stage magic or what the fuck you did. And actually went from fucking 25 quid kids fucking parties and people saying, yeah, I'm not really sure it's worth 25 quid and you're giving them a fucking fiver back, to the point where you're getting paid, and I know you're getting fucking paid, or you certainly was, thousands of fucking pounds to do gigs. And it's like, what's the difference? What's the difference between a jobbing fucking magician at 25 fucking quid and one making thousands of pounds? Like, genuinely, Craig, what is the difference?
Easy. Mindset. The difference is mindset. It's believing that you're worth that money. It's and we've talked about this, but it's that moment of clarity where everything changes. Everyone has that light bulb moment, and for me, it was when Sarah came home, because for those of you that don't know my story, Sarah, my wife, was a head teacher at a large primary school. She made good money, and I basically just lived off her wage, so I could afford to sit around doing nothing because she kept me, for want of a better word.
Mate, you say doing nothing. Full season of 24 in 24 hours, mate. That isn't doing it.
That's still the best thing I've ever done, ever. Yeah, one season of 24 in 24 hours. But she came home one day and she went, I got good news and bad news. I'm like, okay, what? She went, well, the bad news is, the good news is I'm pregnant with Ryland. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And she said, the bad news is now you need to stop dicking around and you need to man up. She said, I'm not going to go back to teaching full time. You need to provide for this family. And that's when I realized that if I was going to give Sarah and my unborn kids the life I wanted them to have, I needed to stop dicking around and I needed to...
Craig, couldn't you just magic some £20 notes?
Afraid not. So
you're not that fucking good.
I'm not that good, but that's when everything changed for me. And
I think so we go back to that whole thing about magicians, and you could have 10 gigs at 100 quid and you're running around all the way around fucking Midlands doing it. Or you could get a 1 gig at £1,000 and actually spend less time running around and burning yourself out. Now, I would be the one prior to this COVID that I'd be saying, do the £1,000 gigs, avoid the 100 quid ones. What I'd say right now, do the fucking 100 quid ones. And you know, you've got to adapt to where we are right now. So genuinely, prior to this fucking lockdown, I'd been saying, listen, what you need to do is get your prices up, not the frequency of gigs that you're doing, get your prices up. Now I'd be saying, just do whatever it fucking takes, just to get yourself through.
I'll be honest with you, you know, you're right, you know, so Saturday just gone, I did 4 kid shows. I didn't do kid shows that much, as you know. I got a company but other people did the kid shows for me. I didn't do it. I did 4 kid shows on Saturday in my shed at the bottom of my garden. Just went down the bottom of my garden, did 4 kid shows, didn't have to travel, didn't have to go anywhere, and I made 500 quid, 120 quid a kid show. Now, a lot of magicians are saying, I'm not going to do Zoom shows, I'm not going to do virtual shows because they pay less. Well, yeah, they do. But I just made 500 quid on Saturday sitting in my house.
And that's the thing. And I think we've got to readapt. So when it first happened, this COVID lockdown, I got approached about doing a speaking gig. Now, those people don't know me necessarily. We'll put a link in here. Go and Google Brad Burton Zero Con with an Xero Con, and you'll see me on stage there. 3,000 accountants over at XL, big fucking stage in November 19. So somebody approached me, so I'm getting paid thousands of fucking quids, right? And bear in mind, I've built up from nothing all the way over a 10-year period. Somebody approached me to do a fucking Zoom to their teams. I didn't have a fucking clue how much you're supposed to charge. Like, is it fucking less? Is it more? I don't fucking know. So there's that whole trying to learn. It's like, you know, like having a car crash and you've got to learn how to walk again. It's that same principle right now. And actually, just at the point when you learn how to walk again, it's going to change. But there's going to be winners and losers. There's going to be like a winners and losers column. And on that, there's going to be winners, there's going to be losers. And those people that are willing to adapt and change and do £125 fucking kid shows that you'd never have done that when everything was fucking real world. Not a fucking chance. You might have done it for my sons or a favour, but you wouldn't have done it fucking for them. But needs must right now. Needs must right now. And I'll tell you something. If you're watching this fucking movie or whatever Craig's recording it on, you know, everything that we've been saying, we've been aimed squarely at fucking you. This is about you to make changes right now to your fucking life, to your business, right? And if you are having to deliver pizzas or fucking load pallets up at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning at Sainsbury's or fucking being as the delivery driver, pat yourself on the back because you're keeping your dream alive. If, however, you're retraining to be a fucking plumber, you want to fucking be beating yourself up. Like, seriously, if you're any good at fucking magic, do not be retraining to be a fucking plumber, a ballerina, a fucking whatever. Don't. Right? Because this is at some point, it's going to be fucking over and it's going to be a gravy train for those magicians that have been stupid enough to keep practicing, to keep their fucking stuff, be ready to go at any fucking moment. Do not let your fucking skills wear down, please. Because I tell you, honestly, when this comes back, everyone's going to want to get back to some sort of fucking normality. Now, it might be that there's a recession coming, and I would probably say there is. However, recession coming or not, it depends on what you want to find. You know, there's lots of millionaires that are made during recessions. So what you've got to do is ask yourself a question, what have you got to do to be one of the winners on the winners column rather than the losers?
And one thing I've always, I built my business in the last recession like you did. And one thing I found is if you're a kids magician, parents, if they're in the middle of a recession and they've got no money, they will find the money to give their kid a birthday party, even in a recession, because they want to have that special day. If you're getting married, you're not going to turn around and say, well, there's a recession for the next 2 years, darling. Let's put it back 3 years. You're still going to fucking get married. There are still opportunities to go out and perform in the worst recession ever, as long as you go and look for them. If you sit there and mope around and act like there's no work, well, there will be no work.
Mate, but here's the great thing is that those people that are moping around, you know, got faces like slap tarses. I get it, right? I fucking get it. We get it. So let's not fucking pretend here that I'm wiping my ass with £50 notes and doing fucking donuts in a Lamborghini around my village, right? It's actually a BMW i8. Joking. But you know what I'm saying? The reality is, right, with all this fucking thing, is it's a challenge. It's a fucking challenge. No question. But the alternative is it's going to be a fucking challenge retraining to be a fucking plumber, right? And just don't be that person. Like, look, If you really want to retrain as a plumber, retrain as a fucking plumber and give up on your fucking dream about being a magician. But if plumbing was so good, why the fuck did you get into magic? Right? You got into magic because somewhere along the way, either a magician fucking blew your fucking head off, or you wanted the glamour or the showbiz, or you want whatever you fucking wanted. Reconnect with that. Reconnect with your dream as to why the fuck you started. You remember when you go on the first date and you're in your best fucking behavior, or you go for an interview? Hello, lovely to meet you. Hi, smile. Right. You need to get that fucking back. You need to get that fucking back. But what we're doing is we're like that face like a slapped ass. Oh, there's no work out there, and we leak the truth. And once you've got that attitude, like a fucking face like a slapped ass, guess what? You ain't going to be getting it, appealing to people. What you guys do, and girls, as magicians, is you sell confidence. That's what you sell. It's not magic. It's fucking confidence. That's how you fucking black people, confidence. And if your confidence ain't there, and here's the thing, success breeds confidence. Confidence breeds success. So that when, you know, as well as you get booked like fuck, you get fucking 3 gigs coming a day, you're like, wow, this is fucking amazing. So now all of a sudden you're like fucking posting on Facebook about how exciting everything is. Then when you got no fucking work and you're feeling, you know, you're not posting on Facebook, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going down, down, down. You've got to get your fucking head back in the game. It's almost like a fucking boxing match, which we talked about before. You've had a few bad fucking rounds. You sat on your fucking stool. Oh, I'm feeling sorry for myself. I don't give a fuck that you're feeling sorry for yourself. Get your gum shield back in. Ding, ding. Seconds fucking out. You've trained too fucking hard for too long. Get off your fucking stool. Get out there and give it your best fucking shot. And that's what I say to you right now. Give it your best fucking shot for the next 3 months. Right? If you're thinking I'm going to run retrain, do me a favor. Fucking commit yourself right now. From the minute you see this, 3 months out, put it in your fucking diary and say, right, if after 3 months I've not sorted my fucking business out, I've not sorted my fucking magic out, I've not started making any fucking money, I'm going to retrain as a fucking plumber or a fucking elephant warden, whatever the fuck you want to do. You write it down, and in 3 months' time, if that's how you feel, then do it. But don't be making any long-term fucking decisions on a short-term emotion based on what Rishi fucking Sunak said about 2 days ago about your zip code. Don't do it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to fucking find a way. We will fucking find a way.
But if they're going to do that and they're going to put that date in the diary in 3 months' time, they need to make sure in that 3 months they're fucking working their ass off, trying to do everything they can to build their business. Right. Don't just sit around and mope for 3 months and then say 3 months' time, well, Brad was wrong. It's still shit. It's only it's shit if you make it shit. But if you step up, it ain't going to be.
A fucking positive attitude doesn't fucking fix everything. It really doesn't, but it fucking helps. I'll tell you that now, because at the time when I started my business off, 5 grand in debt, no qualifications, dad left when I was 6-month-old, got shot out when I was 21, looked like a drug dealer, done 4 years on benefits, been addicted to drugs twice. You know, fucking, let's be quite clear here, I'm no fucking genius. And yet, somewhere along the way, and I was running a business, I was doing 100 grand a month plus, written fucking books, speak at the highest level, JCB, Costa, the business show, Zero, the NHS, you know, as a motivational speaker. What's the difference? The only difference between me now and me then is this, the way that I think about the world. And that's what you got to do. Change your fucking thinking. Get your fucking head right and say to yourself, what would Craig Petty do? Once you know the answer to that one, would he turn around and say, oh, he'd sit there feeling sorry for himself, like a face like a slapped ass? What would he fuck? He'd be like, I'm done. That's what you got to do.
Now, while I've got you here, I want to talk about something that I think will help every magician in the UK, and that's for networking. Because you know as well as me, and I'm openly tell people about this, I built my business through for networking, because it was me going out to meetings all of the time. I became the go-to guy. So many of my leads, before I went digital, so many of my leads came through for networking. And now is the time where if people are serious about making sure that they are visible and making sure that they're still putting themselves out, because there are gigs to be got. Like I've just taken a run of 35 gigs for December at Drayton Manor. You know, there are bookings coming in, live entertainment. There is stuff out there. And if you...
Sorry, is that real life ones you've done?
Real life ones. Drayton Manor's just booked us for like, I think 25 or 30 gigs.
Right.
On top of the 10 gigs they booked last week. And then that's just the start. You know, we've had...
People want to get back out. People want to get back out. And actually, can you imagine, Craig, if Drayton Manor ring up fucking non-stop kids and they go, oh, ring, 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 Craig Petty, plumbing. Ah, it's Craig. Yeah, we kind of repurposed now. We're doing plumbing. Ah, all right. Do you know any other magicians? Yeah, I'll pass you on to... Fuck off.
Exactly.
So, for networking.
Yeah, so talk to us about for networking.
So there's 2 schools of thought here. For networking online is right now, this is what we've got, speaking to cameras. And I set up for networking, the business network, because I needed to belong. I needed a place to belong. I needed appointments. And that's what we've got with for networking online. We've taken it online. So effectively, we're running, let's say, for the sake of this conversation, 10 business networking meetings across the UK every single day. And like we're on now, there's 2 of us, we'd have 20 or 30 people. And everyone in the room gets the opportunity to say, hi, I'm Brad Burton, I'm a marketing genius. What I do is this, this, and this. I stop talking, the next person goes on. And you think, I wouldn't mind speaking to a magician because I've got a wedding coming up next week, or I want a website. And then what happens is we then split you up into rooms where you effectively have a one-to-one with an individual. Look, sales pitch is weak. I'm not even going to fucking telling you. Check out 4nonline.biz. And what I would say to you is this: if you want a free visit to come and have a look at it, right, completely free of charge, email hello@bradburton.biz. Hello@bradburton.biz. Subject magic, just so we know where it's come from, and I'll get you a free visit. And you can have a look at how this thing will help you. It's cost you 20 quid a month if you decide to join beyond that, and then £5 per visit that you choose to do. It's like, think about it, 20 quid per month, right? So plus that, 24 quid. Plus, so you can effectively go to 10, 15 meetings a month for about a £1. And is that the easiest way? All you got to do is get 1 gig for it to make play. And also it keeps you engaged, because right now this is about keeping your tools sharpened, right? Because actually, and doing tricks online, we've got magicians on there, we've got Tommy Magic, you've got Paul Newton, you've got magicians on there that are doing tricks and they're getting booked. You know, I'm not suggesting for a second that it's going to be like, oh, you go day 1 and you're getting booked. I'd be lying to you if I said that. But what I can tell you is that a whole lot more people on these 4 networking meetings that want your products or services than you sat on your ass waiting for your phone to ring.
Absolutely. I mean, I took 3 bookings just last week from 4 networking members who had seen me do foresights and magic and stuff. It just works. And I really would say to everybody watching this, that's something, take Brad's, you know, he's offering you a free opportunity there. Just go along to a meeting, see how it works.
Yeah, honestly, that, like, you know me, Craig, no hard sell. You're not going to get anyone in the corner. Just come and have a look at it. hello@bradburton.biz, subject magic, and you'll get a free visit.
And although you're based in the UK, you're now operating worldwide with 4 networking online, right?
So America, Australia, all over the show.
50% of this audience on this channel are Americans.
Wonderful.
They're in the same situation. I mean, you have like actual American 4 networking meetings, don't you, and stuff? So
yeah. So American, Britain, UK, USA. So I mean, listen, this is the reality. Is we could even have a magicians one. That'd be quite cool. A magicians niche group there. But look, just give it a look, see, and you can understand that where, you know, Craig's come at this from your perspective, right? He genuinely wants to kick you up the arse and get you going. This industry is going to survive. It'll be different to what it once was, but it's going to survive. It's going to survive. And whether, let's say for the sake of this argument, there's 10,000 magicians in the UK, there might only be 7,500 when this is all over, because 2,500 of them are now plumbers. But for those 7,500 that are stupid enough to have stuck in the game, there's going to be more business. There's going to be another 25% more business. Do you see? Yeah. So this is about holding on sensibly, doing what it takes, kids' parties, fucking waiting tables, whatever it takes to keep your head above the water, but keep practicing. Keep practicing your stagecraft and whatever you do. I always have notes on my phone where if I think of something funny, I always note it down. And this will allow you, this whole COVID thing, to get us into a different mindset that you're unlikely to ever get again. So this, if you get out the other side of this and you've not made changes to your life or to your business or to your approach, you've wasted this opportunity. And it is an opportunity. As Craig pointed out, I did say to him and reminded me, what does this make possible? And I would say the same to you. What does this make possible?
Here's the thing. I watched the Britain's Got Talent final on Saturday. 10 acts, 6 of them were magicians. Wow. Never seen that before. And they were all voted in by the public. It wasn't the judges that voted them in. It was the public. So that says that the magicians dominated the Britain's Got Talent final. So millions of people watching it. That says to me
there's a market.
People love magic. They wouldn't be voting all these magicians onto the final if everybody was like, well, magic shit.
Craig, I seen your on the tools thing over 1 million things for your fucking card and coin tricks. You know, 1 million views. That's ridiculous. So, you know, you don't see that for for books or whatever. The reality is that somewhere along the way there's a hunger for magic, and maybe that's the approach right now. That, you know, I'm not suggesting you start getting all David Copperfield, right? You know, but what I am saying is that maybe right now that the world needs more magic, not less. Yeah. And actually, it's down to you to what did I say before? That you guys and girls sell confidence, and maybe that's what you got to do. Start selling confidence. Start getting your confidence. Start going balls out, doing tricks, and actually saying, guys, I mean, for instance, I'm not going to here, but imagine business cards, right? Business cards that you can do for companies. What a great idea. There you go. So I'm thinking on loud, right? Business cards that you do magic tricks with their business cards, so that you do fucking social media. Hey guys, I'm doing tricks for your social media feed. 75 quid, 99 quid. Send me 2 cards. I'll do a trick. 1-minute video, boss, done. So now you're sat there, fucking cards are coming through the post. You've got fucking things, blah, blah, blah. You get the money up front. Come on. Fuck me, that's the greatest idea ever. You need to edit that out there, Craig.
But, that ain't making the final cut.
Mate, I'm telling you. But seriously, I've just thought that on the fly. But genuinely, if someone said, the fucking businesscardmagician.com, right? Craig fucking buying it now. But the business card magician, right? You send me your business cards. I'll do a trick for you and your social media, all filmed in 4K. Come on. So now what's happened? They're sending you the cards. You're getting the 99 quid online, doing the trick in your own leisure. Fucking come on. And this is what you've got to start being, because there'll be magicians watching this going, oh my God, I could do that. But here's the thing. The idea is only 1%. Fucking get on with it, right? Because it's a bit like seeing a £20 note on a fucking nightclub floor and they're going to Craig, pick that £20 note up, Craig. And you go, no, you pick it up. No, you pick it up. No, you pick it up. And whilst we're saying this, some fucker comes along, picks it up, and now we're recriminating. Well, you should have picked it up. You saw it first. Why didn't you pick it up? This is the opportunity that presents itself, or it doesn't. So stop talking about it. Start fucking doing it.
That's brilliant. That is, seriously, that business card thing is amazing.
Isn't it?
It really is.
Mate, you just sit there all day opening fucking Ziploc bags. You get a 99 quid up. Fucking edit it out if you want, Craig. Seriously, and you do it, mate. Because actually, you could become the guy who actually was the fucking thingy of that, and actually subbed it out to magicians. So they're getting.
You know what? You know as well as me, there are. Even though it's in a global pandemic, even though we're going into a recession, there are businesses out there that are smashing it during this.
Craig, I would pay £99 for a fucking sub 60-second trick. Me. I would, without hesitation. If you said to me, this is what the fucking, mate, that's the product way it's happened, but it requires a little bit of inventiveness, right? Honestly, are you telling me you go and put that on social media now, the business card, whatever it is, 99 quid, and go and get it. You see how many shares you'd get, and then watch what would happen. I'd do it. I'd share my trick. It says on the little thing, a little watermark, the business card magician. Mate, it goes viral. The next thing, you're getting fucking thousands of cards, and it's like, edit it out.
Absolutely. Brad, before we wrap this up, I want to ask you one more thing. I want to talk to you about the Now What Club, because I also think I've been in the Now What Club from the very, very beginning. And I know there's lots of other magicians that are in the Now What Club as well. And I think it is a movement. I think this is a movement that I think a lot of magicians would benefit from. So I know you've talked about for networking. Would you mind talking about Now What as well?
So this whole personal development world is full of fucking brigands, charlatans, people that will fucking screw you over for 5 grand, 10 grand, mastermind, just bullshit. And people believe that because they're so expensive, these things, they must work. I've done it the other way, right? Let me be fucking quite clear, and I'm going to be dead honest here. I've got stuff that I could ever wish for, right? That's the reality of it. And there comes a point where having a television that's 50 inches, if you get a 100-inch television, it doesn't make it twice as good. You don't get twice as much enjoyment. I've got everything that I want in my life. And my motivation right now is to make a positive difference. So I looked at this whole game, this personal development world. I looked at the old business networking world, and I kind of reinvented that before networking. I'm doing the same with personal development. I'm going up against all these fucking brigands that go out there to stripe people up, right? It's fucking wrong. So what I'm doing is I'm proving the point. I'm proving that personal development does not have to be so fucking expensive for it to work. So what I do is I offer 40 quid a month. You get me as your mentor, and every single day, Monday to Friday, I give you a task that is tried and tested to work. Not just like, theory, but definitively worked. And I do that every single day. We've got about 200 members now across the world within this club. And it's just completely changed the way that personal development is viewed. I've come at it from a completely different perspective. I've said to myself, what do people in business And life, what do they need? Most people, the problems that face most of the members when they come through the door at first is sales, right? Sales are the lifeblood of any business. The more sales you've got, it kind of takes the pressure off. But sales, decision-making process, and confidence. So they're the three hot spots that most people have: sales, confidence, and decision-making. I'm going to fix your decision-making right now. All right. I'm going to give you something that'll change the way that you fucking operate forever. When it comes to making decisions, the reason that we don't make decisions in our life is that we're scared of the wrong ones, right? If you knew that every single decision that you ever made in your life was the right one, you'd make more decisions. There's no correlation between time spent on a decision and it being correct. I've realized this. I've checked out the psychology behind it. So when it comes to making decisions, I'm the easiest person in the world to sell to. Craig said to me, will you come on this? Fucking made a decision like that. Boom. I didn't go, oh, I'll speak to my team. I said, yeah, straight away we'll do it. So when it comes to making decisions in any area of your life, business, whatever, right? Make a decision in 24 seconds. If you can't make a decision in 24 seconds, revisit it in 24 minutes. If after 24 minutes you can't make a decision, revisit it in 24 hours. If after 24 hours you can't make a decision, you've just made a decision next. Because here's the thing, an expert when it comes to magic is someone that has made all the fuck ups in a field. You must have had times when your cards have fucking fell over and you drop your cards, and like when your first time you're just like a fucking, trying to pick them all up. Then when you've done it a million fucking times or you've dropped them, you've got a joke relating to them. I really need to get the fucking Valium before they do tricks, whatever. And the only reason that you know the Valium joke or whatever joke relating to card dropping is because you fucked up numerous times, and it gives you an out. And that's what it comes to, is that this whole thing, when it comes to making decisions, an expert is someone that has made all the mistakes in a particular niche field. So the way that you make mistakes is by making decisions. The only time you recognize whether the decision is the right one or the wrong one is after the event. No one, including me, wakes up and says, you know what, I'm going to go and fuck up today. But occasionally I do. So when you make a decision on the 24 seconds, 24 minutes, 24 hours, if you make the right decision, it moves you one step towards success. If you make the wrong decision, it moves you one step towards being an expert. You can't lose. That's how I make decisions. And that's just one of the examples of the many things that you'll learn within the Now What Club. Nowwhatclub.rocks. Do check it out.
And it's for 40 quid per a month. It's
well. No contracts. And actually, if after I'll tell you what, I'll even say, if after the month you go, well, that was shit, I'll give you money back, 100%. There's no quibble. Right? I'm a man of my word. You go and Google Brad Burton scam and see how many fucking records come up. Either I'm not a scammer or I've got great lawyers or both. I'm a man of my word. I'm not in the fucking market, like I say, of striping people up. Because if I was, I'd be selling fucking courses at 10 grand, 5 grand. I'm not that guy. I'm in the market of making a positive difference. And that's why Craig and I really fucking get on as we do.
Absolutely. And you know what? One thing you're not mentioning is the community that you've created in the Now What Club is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think, it's one of those ones where it's not just me. It's those micro decisions and those people that support you and guide you. Motivational speakers will try to tell you, yeah, take massive action. It's about the big decisions you make. Fuck off. You know what it's about? It's about passive action. It's about those little micro decisions that you make on a daily basis. Each day we make over 30,000 decisions. 30,000 decisions we make on a day. How many of them are you conscious of? And what the Now What Club community is making you conscious of all your decisions. Should I have one biscuit or should I have fucking 3/4 packet of Jaffa cakes, right? Jaffa cake, massive. And it's that, and they're there to cheerlead you through that and actually any self-doubt, eradicate that. And that's what we've got. We've got a culture, because it's not about, we don't have any rules. We've got one rule: don't be a dickhead. That's the rule we've got in the club, like genuinely. And you don't need rules when you've got a great culture, and that's exactly what we've got: a great culture, a great community, and I would love to see you there. Nowwhatclub.rocks. Once again, if you're interested in some more information, hello@bradburton.biz, my team, subject to Now What Club, and they'll tell you whatever you need to know about it.
There you go. Brad, thank you so much for being on this video. I really wanted to get you on this. I knew that your message is something magicians all over the world needed to hear, and delivered like I knew you would. Thank you so much.
I'm made up, and thanks for the invite. And whether you edited that thing out or not, it's the greatest business idea I've ever come up with.
I haven't decided yet. I don't know.
No. And you can probably put this in there. They'll be like, what's the idea? But once again, there's a business opportunity, not only for you, but also for those other people. Maybe you could be the aggregate for that. You get the web right, and then you could sub that out and have people who are handling that for, I don't know. But that to me is a good example about pivoting and taking advantage of this lockdown situation.
It's amazing. Brad, thank you one more time. You are amazing. And guys, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow with a Talk Magic. I'll see you then. Goodbye.